Good morning and good evening, everyone. Welcome to OrgTechSolutions, Oracle Cloud Financials end-to-end training. Today, we would like to brief about OrgTechSolutions, how would be the training approach, like regular trainings and the real-time trainings. Along with that, what kind of services, assistance which we are going to provide on behalf of OrgTech. Would like to brief about that. Before starting, let me brief about myself. Myself, Nivas. I'm carrying close to 16 years of experience. I'm working as a senior consultant in one of the reputed organization, and I got an opportunity to work on all kind of projects, and I'm a certified consultant. And coming to my training experience, so far delivered 21 batches, including across all the global students. I'm passionate about two trainings. So this is about brief on myself, and let's go ahead and talk about all the points which I've highlighted here. So Arctic Solutions, where dedicatedly we are providing the Oracle Cloud Financials trainings only and the Oracle Cloud Consulting stream. So what are the topics, like what are the modules which are going to cover? Let me brief about that. When it coming to modules coverage, all the financial modules end-to-end configuration will be covered, including all the transaction process. Let me showcase how would be the configuration process for each module wise as well as the transaction process. So these are all the topics. If you see on left hand side, these are all the configuration as well as the transaction process. This is part of the general ledger module. Same way for accounts payable, configuration, and the transaction processes. For fixed assets, configuration and the transaction processes. AR, configuration process and transaction processes. And cash management, configuration process and transaction process. Along with this regular 5 financial modules, we are gonna do the high level touch base on the other few important areas along with these regular modules like intercompany, how the intercompany process works, what will be the configuration, and how the transaction process works. Same with transaction tracks, starting from the resume till the transaction process, how the tax calculations are happening. All this gonna be discussed in a high level, and approvals. When it coming to approval process, these are also one of the critical area to understand in the financial domain, like general ledger approvals, AP approvals, AR approvals, what kind of approvals which we have available in Oracle Cloud, and how that should be configured. So we'll take one scenario and we are going to demonstrate that as part of the regular trainings. And P2P and O2C cycle, how the P2P cycle starts from. When it coming to the process, as a finance consultant, what exactly he or her roles and responsibilities, same with the order to cash. Order to cash means starting from the sales order till the reconciliation process. So we are going to see total transaction process in the account receivable side. And when it coming to AP side, we are going to see the total processes like including invoice, payment, reconciliation, and all. But when it coming to the requisition and all, we'll go ahead and discuss in high level what exactly the process which are includes that and all we are gonna cover. And along with this, we are gonna take care about how would be the general entries are going to be part of that, like in a P2P cycle as well as the O2C cycle. That also we are going to take care. And SLA, subledger accounting, this is also one of the critical activity to understand in the financial modules. SLA is nothing but how the process is going to be work. For example, let's take whenever you do any activity or transaction process. So generally accounting can be derived from the standard accrual method. In case if you wanted to implement any custom accounting method, how that should be achieved. That can be achieved through SLA, how that should be configured, and how that should be, recognizing the accounting. What are the rules which you need to define, how that to be mapped, all these things which are going to cover as part of the SLA method, that is a sub-ledger accounting. These are all the regular modules which are going to cover. Maybe I'm not digging on each topic wise. Maybe you guys can go and refer each topic, what exactly we are going to cover and all. So I'm going to showcase about our training path, like training institute path. We are maintaining that on behalf of OrgTechSolution, where you can see all the information related to batches, batch timings, recordings, and the topics coverage and services, all the things you guys can go ahead and view that. And along with these regular topics, we are going to take care about the real-time process as well, because most of the participants are looking for the real-time discussions. Attending the sessions regularly and doing the preparation is one important area. Along with that, we need to more focus on real time also, because once you get an opportunity, or once you complete your preparation, attending the interviews, attending the internal discussions, attending the client meetings, if you aware about the real time discussions or real time topics, it will be very helpful. Most of the participants are requesting, they are not able to understand about the real time. When they are going to get opportunity to work upon, they are not able to manage. The reason, we are considering all the points, and we are going to take care about the real time as well, starting from the onboarding, like how the actual work will be initiated, what kind of projects, and how the cutoff and what is RD level, and how to prepare the MC50s, how to write the test scripts, how to deliver the KET sessions, and data migration. Like whenever you do the implementation, data migration is one of the critical activity. How that should be configured in the system, how to set a cutoff date, who is going to provide the data, how to load into the system. All these things can be taken care as part of the real-time training. Along with that, there are few critical topics also we are going to deliver, like what is ticketing tool, like how the tickets can be assigned, how to get access, what different statuses which you have. All these things will be covered as part of the regular training, like APR netting, withholding tags, and account hierarchy mapping. IDR process, like artificial, this is one of the AI process, like artificial intelligence process based on the image, how the invoices can be recognized in the system. OTBA report, like Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence reports. Basically, these are all a drag and drop option report. This is part of the functional team activity, how that should be implemented. We'll take few examples and we are gonna demonstrate that. And like the remittance advice, this is very common requirement for all the clients, how that should be implemented. We have mentioned few topics which are regularly repeated in the real time. Along with that, all the activities which are going to be part of the real time. For that reason, all the topics which are mentioned here. Okay. Of course, production issues, what kind of production issues we are going to get it. We have listed all those. So that will be taken care as part of the regular trainings as well as the real time trainings. And when it coming to the training duration, we are going to deliver in a 2 months. Regular training would be 2 months, or maybe you can consider like 8 weeks. And real-time training dedicatedly, we are going to conduct for 2 weeks once the regular trainings are completed. This and this are also part of our training pattern. So once this is completed, once you've done a proper practice, once you get a good understanding on the processes, we are going to demonstrate on the real-time process based on the candidate request. Once they come up with the preparation and all, definitely we can go ahead and have a session separately on the real-time training. Because if you deliver along with the regular trainings, so definitely we can go ahead and do that. But we wanted to give a kind of 2 weeks break, so that by the time you guys can go and prepare yourself, make a note on all queries, so that all the queries will be considered, and along with our regular training topics, all the queries also will be answered. That would be the generic approach as part of our regular training on behalf of from the Tech Solutions. This is all about our training approach. And the other things like services. what kind of services which are going to provide you. There are services like instant access will be provided. The sessions, once the sessions are completed, the recording will be shared with the respective email ID so that you guys can go and refer later point of time whenever you get any challenges or whenever you prepare yourself, you guys can go and refer as part of the future reference. These are the things which are going to deliver, and also interview preparation. So what kind of queries which are gonna get, how that should be answered, how that should be handled, theoretical information should be shared. Once that is shared, once you refer that and all, we are gonna conduct the mock interviews, how the interviews should be happen. So all this will be covered. Our main motto of Arctic Solutions is end of the day, the candidate should be able to crack the opportunity their own without any dependency. That is our main motto. For that reason, we are providing the facility like office where you guys can go ahead and come and sit, prepare yourself. You guys can go ahead and interact with the trainers to clarify all the open queries and how the real time works, how you need to handle all the calls. You guys can go ahead and come to see the live environment so that you guys will get a good understanding on the reality. So these kind of things which are going to be provided. And let me talk about our site here. This is our site which is already open. Arctic Solutions. You can see here we are providing online as well as the offline trainings where the sessions will be conducted online like morning 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. the regular trainings are. And once the sessions are completed, as I said, recording will be shared. The office will be available. Office will be open from 10:30 to evening 5:30 p.m. Based on the requirement, we may spend half an hour here and there. That is not a problem, but the total depends on the participant's request. Yeah. So as I said here, offline and online trainings, and the upcoming demo is scheduled on 2nd August 2025, which is on Saturday. That is on Saturday, August 2nd. And the regular trainings will be happen from the 4th of August. From here, the regular training would be discussed. And here you guys can see here the courses tab, all the topics you can see here, like what is Raggle Cloud Financial Training, what you learn it. So here understanding about the cloud applications. We'll brief about all the processes, what is the importance of the cloud, what is the importance of the role creation, what is the importance of the project, how that should be done, job opportunities, like how to enable the offerings, how the application look and feel, and how to, assign the roles to the user, what is FSM, what is global search. So all these things we are going to demonstrate as part of the initial sessions. We are going to do the training approach from the scratch, starting from the user creation, configuration, transaction processes, then later theoretical discussion, then later a real-time discussion, then we are going to have a mock interviews. So that if you follow this kind of approach, participant will get a good understanding overall on the application processes. So with minimal support, you guys can go ahead and able to manage your interviews or discussions or work. All the things will be taken care. So as I said earlier, our motto is candidate able to manage their work without dependency. That is our main motto because participants are requesting where they are not able to manage their works even though they crack the opportunity. To avoid that kind of challenges in the real time, we are initiating this kind of training approach. Definitely hoping that this will be helpful to you guys. This is all about on the training approach. And also, we would like to highlight another important thing like how would be the training approach when it coming to RTech solution. So here, if you see configuration point of view, you can see all the points will be discussed, the definition and the based on the task, we can go ahead and configure it. Along with that, if you see the transaction process also, let's take one of the examples like prepayment. Prepayment. So whenever we are going to talk any particular activity, the demonstration will be happen in a such a way like what is a prepayment? What is the definition of that? How many types of prepayment? What are the options or part of prerequisites? How that should be taken care? Then we are going to create the transaction process. How that is going to work? All this see in our regular live sessions. Because if you follow this kind of approach, you guys can go ahead and get a good understanding on the process. Once you start preparing yourself, definitely you guys realize that the understanding the each concept in detail. It's a one time, I know it's definitely, I can say that definitely a time consuming activity, but if you spend one time, definitely it will be benefited to you. If you wanted to make a note like this, you guys are always welcome to make a note. And anyway, we are going to share this sheet as part of the regular trainings. We are going to place in the respective share folder. We are going to give the access. You guys can go and refer that later point of time. This is all about which you would like to highlight. And another query like who would be the eligible candidates to attend this training? This will be more or most suitable for the accountants who are working in a end user domain like accounts payable specialist, account receivable specialist, billing analyst, who are working as an audit accountant in CA firms, and domestic accountants in law. Any many organizations accountant activity should be there, in accountant should be available in any one of the organization. If you consider, all are going to be eligible who is carrying maybe 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. We recommend up to 5 years candidate. You guys can go ahead and choose this course. Definitely it will be benefited. It will boost your career. And I would like to brief about the packages. For example, if you are carrying 3 years of end user experience, they may withdraw the salary, example, maybe 4 lakhs per annum. But when it coming to the consulting role, if you're working as a consultant, so initial package, even 3 years domain experience, if you join as a fresher also, at least the minimum package would be 6 lakhs per annum. That kind of packages, I'm taking a very minimal number. Maybe you guys might already aware about it, but I'm taking a very minimal number. Minimum 6 lakhs per annum should be considered. Once you spend like 2 years or 3 years, after that, if you change the organization, if you are having a good understanding on the process, definitely they are gonna give good hikes. And whenever you jump from organization to organization, they are gonna give very good packages. So after getting 2 years of experience, yes, we have flexibility to move from one organization to another organization. You will get a very good exposure, and you can see very good growth financially also. Yeah, these are all the abouts which these are the information which would like to talk about, and also would like to share about our office location. You can see here the training videos, all these things will be placed as part of our regular sessions. And yet the office location would be here. You can see it is near Dilshuk Nagar metro station. The pillar number is A1548. It is hardly 3 to 5 minutes walkable distance from the Dilshuk Nagar metro station. You guys can go and check in the maps that will be available. You guys can go and reach out on this number 8179049406. My team is going to be helpful to you. And OrgTechSolutions 999 at the rate Gmail ID. This would be our Gmail ID. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and get in touch with the respective team. They are going to guide you. In case you want to speak with me, you guys are always welcome. So just reach out to this number. They are going to communicate to me. That way I can go ahead and take and answer all the calls. Hoping that this session would be definitely benefited to you. So to understand about the Arctic solution on the what kind of services which are going to provide you. So guys, in case any other questions, please reach out to us on this number, and you can send an email also on this number for any clarifications if you need it. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye bye.